Here's another one. You can be right and hold on to your old ways of being and thinking, or you can be happy. One of the two. Notice that most people who have to be right about their way are not usually very happy people. Have you noticed this? Right or rich, right or happy. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the program, what did I say yesterday when we first started? I said this: don't believe a word I say. Did I not say that? Do you want to be highly intelligent and evolved? Here's this. Don't believe a word you say. You want to be another echelon above? Don't believe a thought you think. They're just files, and you made them up based on some information or an incident or whatever. But they don't mean that they're true. So that's the way I attempt to live my life. As a semi-conscious person, I don't believe what I say, especially to myself, and I don't believe what my thoughts are, what my mind says to me. The way I live it is I live in the present moment and choose from right now based on being conscious in the present, based on who I am today and who I want to be tomorrow and where I want to go. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Look, in our warrior training, one of the things you're really going to understand is your mind, and you're going to understand your thoughts and how they hold you back. Now, let me just say this. In warrior training, all that chatter in here, all those thoughts that we believe are us and we believe this is the way it is, you know what we call them? We call them thought farts. They're just bubbles of information, that's all. They're like the recording is bubbled over, that's all. It's just bubbles of information. The files are coming up to the surface based on this trigger, that trigger, this trigger, that, and they just keep on bubbling up. And if they're not supportive, we call them thought farts. Why? Because they smell really bad. They're just a bunch of air, though, do you understand? They're just a bunch of energy coming up. But you don't have to buy into them. You don't have to believe them. And most of all, you don't have to believe that they're you. The minute you can stop buying into your own beliefs and your own thoughts, you have become free. Because you are now free to choose in the moment what the appropriate situation and action is for you. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So if you're listening to thoughts, let's say you're saying to me, what is he talking about? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's ridiculous. My thoughts are real. They are truth. That's okay. You just have a little ways to go. The minute you believe that what you think and say is true, that's the minute you're the prisoner. That's the minute you've made up a story, an interpretation, and you've bought into it. Nobody else does, but you have. And you think that's normal and everybody else is weird. Yes or no? Yeah. If you want to take the first major step to enlightenment and consciousness, stop believing what you think. When you say something, this is the way it is, you better start questioning it right away. So you can say this, it seems to me that, You can say this, in my experience, It appears that, At least you're not saying that it is this way, because it's not. What I'm trying to do is unbuckle you from those beliefs and thoughts. Do you understand that? All those things that you know are valid and accurate, I am attempting to unbuckle and unchain you from them, to set you free so you can choose in the moment. Okay. We have a new handout. Please stand up. Attitudes of Wealth, Part 2, winning the mind gaming. Winning what game? Mind game. All right. Hand on your chest. Say them like you mean them. Nice and loud. Let's read them together. Go. I create my life.
I create the exact amount of my financial success. I play the money game to win. My intention is to create wealth and abundance. I admire and model rich and successful people. I believe money is important. Money is freedom and makes life more enjoyable. I get rich doing what I love. I deserve to be rich because I add value.
Give somebody a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. All right. Put the sheets down, but stay standing. Put the sheets down, but stay standing. We're going to do a little stretch here, a little wake up here, if that's okay with you. Now, again, you know what? I understand certain things are really hokey, but so what? You know what? We're going to make up the meaning. So I'm going to go from hokey to enlightened. How's that? Just because who says so? Because I say so. You want to join me? Fine. You don't want to join that view? If it empowers you, great. If it doesn't empower, do you understand what I'm getting at? Your thoughts, they mean nothing. So if you're going to choose thoughts and believe something, you might as well believe something that helps you instead of hurts you. Since they mean nothing, and you're making the whole thing up, you might as well make up something that helps you. Now, is that more true? No. It's not. And that's what Word Camp's all about. It shows you that you're making up the story one way or the other. But since you're the one writing it and making it up, you might as well do things that help you. It's not more true, and it's not more false. You're just going to have to make it up, so make up one that helps you. Understand? All right, the one that supports your wealth, one that supports your vision. A story or statements or thoughts that support your happiness, not ones that don't. They're all made up anyways. You got it? Get this from Wizard. You're gonna have, there's a blank slate. It's neutral. You're the one with the frickin' crayon. Now, one of the sayings that we have in our programs is simply this. I learned this from my Zen teacher, and I trust this with all my heart now from my experience. From my what? Experience. How you do anything is how you do everything. Say that with me. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you're willing to play in here or not will show you who you are and how you are. So, for example, just look at like anything. Let's say you are 1,000% into it participating. What kind of person are you? You're 1,000% into a participating person. Let's say you're standing there like this. What are you? Closed, hold back, all these thoughts. Let's say you're wondering, God, is anyone thinking I'm really looking stupid? Then what's your predominant thought? That you're worried if people think you're looking stupid. Do you understand that? It doesn't take much to see what you're all about. In fact, generally, give me a little exercise or a couple of minutes with you in a little exercise and put a little heat on you, and we'll just see exactly what you're all about. So remember this. How you do anything is how you do what? Everything. How you are in here is how you are out there. Don't think it's the different way around. It's just the way it is. And that's okay, but the programs are what? Mirrors. What are they? Mirrors. If you like what you see, if you say, oh, I'm open, and that, great. If you say, well, everyone else is weird, I'm the only one standing there, you might take a look in the mirror. That's all. No right, no wrong. Just have a look. If that supports you, great. If it doesn't, you're welcome to let it go. All right. How are you guys doing? You having a good time? Yes. You getting a lot out of this? Yes. Good stuff. Any insights? Yes. All right. Do you believe yourself? No. That's what you can get. You can come out of the seminar and people say, what happened there? Well, I don't believe anything I say. Don't believe me. I'm just flapping over here, The machine's rolling and something's coming out. Don't even think about it, all right? Means nothing. Because they're going to give whatever you say their meaning to it anyways. Understand? Yes, because they've got their own little machine and flapper. That's it. All right, there's a couple of questions. Again, I want to reiterate on the jars. When people ask me, then I figure other people need to know. If at this point in time, at this point in what? There is no way you can do these exact percentages. Okay, so be it. So do whatever you can. In other words, if there's no way in heck right now that you can possibly get under 80% right now because of whatever situation you're in your necessities, and you'll have 20% left, then split the 20% as best as you can, but split it up and put it into the other jars, because then you are showing the universe that you are handling your money. Does that make sense? Otherwise, the universe goes, forget it. Why should I bother? Okay. So we're going to do some work right now on the weeds that are growing underneath there, moving some of them around, getting them out of there, installing some new stuff. You all ready for this? Now, I understand that some of the processes that we do right now may seem strange, may seem unusual, may seem like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. I don't think this is going to do anything for me. Listen, if your mind is saying something like, anything like that, I don't think this is going to do anything for me, then ask your mind to please take a small rest. Short rest, okay? Because it's your mind that tells you that got you exactly where you're at. Now, you want to do something very dramatically different, as in even if you're a millionaire, you want to go to multi-millions, then you want to try something else, yes or no? You need an outside source. What kind of source? An outside source. Because, look, the level of your thinking gets you to your level of your life. You need outside thinking and outside methodologies to get you to a different level. Got it? And you can borrow those methodologies. Now, these are all proven, tested, and work miracles for people. So you might as well, since none of them means anything, you might as well take the meaning that, hey, what do I have to lose? I might as well play 1,000%, go for it, and see what happens in the real world. Yes or no? Yes? Yes? All right, good job. So, when I was 18 years old, it was the first time I was able to actually go to a nightclub legally and buy a drink and actually get in without using my fake IDs and things, you know. And I remember I was so excited about going and you know, sitting at a normal table, not having to worry about a bouncer coming and all that kind of stuff. And my friend and I, Harold, were actually sitting at a table, and right across the way was this group of girls, 5 girls that were very, very stunning. One of them in particular. And I had my eye on her. But as a regular guy, you know, I was scared to death to ask her to dance. Guys, you know what I'm saying, right? See, the girls didn't really know this about us. But there's very few guys in the whole world that aren't petrified when it comes to that question, all right? Now, of course, you know, it was getting on and on in the evening, and I was kept every song I kept on saying to Harold, "You think I should ask her? Yeah, ask her. No, I can't ask her. You think I should ask her? Yeah, ask her. No, I can't ask her, right? What if she says no? What if she thinks I'm an idiot? What if she thinks I'm a loser? Yeah, right? So finally, all the girls, Harold shows me that all 4 girls were up dancing except for her. She's the only one at the table. So he says, she's alone. Every girl hates to be sitting there alone. Go ask her, you idiot. So, of course, my mind creates a different meaning. Well, she must have said no to 6 guys if she's still sitting there. Right? So finally, I drink enough B&Bs to go over there, and I ask her to dance, and she goes, sure. So here we are, we're up dancing to this fast dance, and we're dancing around and all that, and of course I'm like, wow, this is great, she's so beautiful, and she's dancing with me. I felt like $1 million, right? And we're dancing, and then the song ends, and I'm about to go to my seat, and she's gonna go to her seat. I was just about to say thank you, and all of a sudden the next song comes on, and it's a slow song, and I am definitely, you know, not even thinking here, and all of a sudden she grabs me and says, this is my favorite song, you have to dance. And it was this song called, by Chicago called Color Your World. Remember that one? A long time ago. So she grabs me, and she's hugging me really tight, and I am like in heaven. It's like, oh my God. And now I just have to tell you something. Now, please excuse me, ladies especially, but when she grabbed me and I felt what I felt, it was like I had girlfriends before, but I never felt that before at all. She was like majorly endowed. And it was like, you know, 2 twin pillows in my chest. You know, it was like, they were bigger than my pillows. It was like, oh my God. You know, and I felt like, you know, I wanted to get closer to her, but I couldn't, right? It was like, you know, she had her head on my shoulder, and I was going, oh my God, like what's going on here? So, you know, I'm down, you know how you dance, it's not like any steps, you're kind of like, you go like this, right, at that time, right? So I'm going around in circles, right? And every time my friend Harold's over there at the table, and every time I'm going around and I see Harold, I'm going, and I just, you know, just going around and just all crazy, right? And I don't want to say anything, but it's all I could do from not getting embarrassed from her noticing something. So it was more like this. Right? Yeah, you know, what can I tell you? So anyways, to make a long story short, so the song, Color Your World, had some very deep meanings for me, right? And what happens, as I said earlier, the mind creates links. The mind creates what? Links. They're called mind links. So the song, Color Your World, brings up very specific memories. How many of you have a mind link with a song that brings up certain memories? A certain song brings certain memories of someone or where you are or certain smell or something. Yes? Yes. And we have that for pretty well everything in our lives. So again, what happens is now we have a file. So that song is in a file. That particular file brings up very, very good memories. Now, some of our money files or our mind link files work for us. But some of our mind link files work what? Against us. So the object of the next exercise is to revise or corrupt. What's the word? A non-supportive money file that we have stored in our head. So it's very, like, for example, if I had a bad experience with this Color Your World song, then all of a sudden next time Color Your World came on, I wouldn't be thinking about that original experience. I'd be thinking about possibly the new one, or I might have this confusion, but it sure wouldn't be the same kind of experience for me anymore when that song came together. Does that make sense? Because the file would have been corrupted. What is the word? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to corrupt some money files that aren't supporting you right now so they don't have hold on you anymore. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to sit in your chair like you are and close your eyes and take everything off of your laps. Just put it down on the floor. And take a nice deep breath in and let it out. In and out, please. And just totally relax. Uncross your arms, uncross your legs, so that you remain in the open position. Uncross your arms, uncross your legs. Okay, just relaxing. And now what I want you to do is I want you to think about a non-supportive belief or fear that you have or previously had around money and wealth, or even yourself. Something from this morning, probably. Pick one of them to work with. Probably the juiciest one, the one you can remember the most. Say, man, I'd love to get rid of this one. A non-supportive belief or fear around money, wealth, or yourself to work with. Good. Now, hold the image of that negative belief or fear in your mind. Hold it in there strongly. And feel the negative emotion and the negative energy around it. Get into that feeling. Bring that file up big time. And feel what this has cost you in your life. Bring up the pain. Bring up that file. And feel it. And really see it, really feel it. Make the image and feelings even more intense of this negative fear or belief around money, wealth, or yourself. Now really feel it and see it. Be serious about this, really serious about this, because this is no laughing matter. Keep your eyes closed. Eyes closed. Be serious about this now. Don't you dare laugh. You have to be, this is costing you your whole life here. Oh my God, it's so serious. Keep your eyes closed. Keep that negative image in your mind now. Really feel it and see it now. Bring up that file, keep it there. I hope nobody's laughing here. This is serious stuff. Your whole life revolves around this belief or fear. Stay with it. This is serious. Eyes closed. Eyes closed. Don't anybody fart. Eyes closed. Now keep that file up there. Looks like we're going to be here for a while. Eyes closed. Now you need to stop doing that, all right? Bring back that negative file now. Come on. You can do it, guys. All right, now everyone just stop for just a minute. Now, I really want you to, seriously here, keep your eyes closed. All right, that negative fear or belief, bring that file back up right now. You know, the really serious one? The one that's just killing your whole life, that one? The one that's ruining just about everything, that one? Go ahead, bring that up now. I'm having a challenge with you people. Oh no, it's stereo. Eyes closed. Bring up that file. Keep it up there. Hey, we might as well go for the whole frickin' tree here, right here, okay? Hey, all right, keep your eyes closed. Bring up another belief or fear around money and wealth from this morning, okay? Bring another one up. Another one. A different one. One that's really important to you, one that has a strong hold on you, one that's cost you a lot in your life. Now bring up that image, the negative one. Go ahead, bring that up. Okay, good. Hold it up there, good. Really feel it, really see it. Really feel what's cost you in their life. Does someone have any oxygen or anything? All right, give it a hand. Good job, you guys. Good job. Open your eyes. Okay, corrupted that file. Let's see if we corrupted. Take either one of those two. Take the first one. That negative one, the really one that really was bothering, ruining your whole life. Bring it up right now. How many are having a hard time really dealing with that one right now? Okay, yeah, it's just like I can't even see it anymore. Yes or no? Yeah, that's how the mind works. See, all we do is work in exactly the same way that the mind works. So your mind has a file. It means a certain thing. There's a certain meaning. We go in, we install something else into that same file folder, and now when you bring up that file folder from here and for the rest of your life, it will mean something very different, won't it? All right. Good job. Give somebody a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. All right. Now, in the old days, you would have to go to the corner for that, all right? Not here. All right, here we go. The next one we're going to use is this. There are two primary motivators. How many? The first one is this. What's the first one? And the second one, therefore, must be what? Pain. So let's use those. Let's use them to our benefit here. All right, here's how we're going to do this. I want you to hand out the bracelets. Put it around one of your wrists. Now, this process is called, it's a very powerful process. It's called aversion therapy. What's it called? Aversion therapy. Now, the reason that we use this is a physical methodology. So the reason we use physical is because physical is memorable. Physical is what? Memorable. Physical is memorable. If you're not sure of that, ask yourself this question. Who remembers the accident more? The person who was almost in the accident or the person who was in the accident and in the hospital for 6 months? In the accident. So physical is memorable. Physical is what? Memorable. Very good. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to look from this morning, all of your completions and all of your belief questionnaire and anything else that's come up with you for you during the day. And I want you to choose 3, how many? 3 non-supportive beliefs or fears that you've uncovered around money, wealth, success, or yourself. Money, wealth, success, or yourself. And I want you to write down or find or mark those 3 negative or non-supportive beliefs or fears from this morning in any way, shape, or form. And then I want you to write down that with its opposite, the corollary or the contrary to that. They can be the ones you just used, but I'm going to pretty well guarantee the ones you just used, unless something didn't work for you at all, are pretty well flattened right now in energy. So you might want to pick up some other pieces. They could be about yourself, about money, about rich people, right? About wealth. Again, go back and start to find some of the beliefs that you had 5s and aboves or any charge on whatsoever, and some of the completions that weren't supportive to you, anything you learned this morning whatsoever around your sources or anything like that. It could be trust issues. It could be. So you're going to write it down, then you're going to write the opposite or the positive side to it. So let's say, okay, number 3. Most rich people probably did something bad or dishonest to get their money. What's the opposite side to that? Yeah, most rich people probably did something really good to get their money. Added a lot of value to people's lives to get their money. Yes? All right. So you're going to, again, go for the opposite side. Rich people are greedy. What's the opposite side of that? Rich people are what? Generous. Good. So have them both there in front of you. You need 3 of them. 3 non-supportive beliefs or fears, along with 3 of the opposite. Okay, so we're looking for weeds that we want to pull here. Things that are not supportive for you. Ways of thinking and being that aren't working for you. All right. Now, here's what you're going to do. Step 1 is you're going to state your non-supportive belief, non-supportive fear, statement, whatever. And when you do that, you're going to pull the band out about 4 inches. You're going to make this statement. When you make this statement, you're going to let go of the band and let it snap onto your wrist. Then you're going to make the opposite statement, the supportive statement, and you're going to kiss your wrist better. All right? Now, if you're really hard up, you can actually make out with your wrist. It's okay, you know? We're used to people like this, right? So, what you're going to do is each person, individually, right? 3 times, you're going to make that same statement. So, statement number 1, rich people are greedy. Whammo. Then you go, rich people are generous, right? Rich people are greedy. Whammo. Rich people are generous. Rich people, see, I don't even want to say it again, right? It's like, okay, rich people are greedy. Rich people are generous, okay? Then their partner's going to do their first statement. 3 times, both the not supportive and the supportive, right? Then you're going to now say your second statement, right? Money's the root of all evil. Money is a wonderful thing. You understand what I'm saying? So you do it, and then they do it. You do it, then they do it. You do it, then they do it. Again, 3 times for each statement, and it's opposite. And then at the end, when you're both finished, give them a high five, give each other a high five, and say, you have a millionaire mind. So you're with partners here. Should take you about 2 to 3 minutes to get complete. Are you ready to play? Yeah. Now, if it doesn't hurt, pull it further. Shh, because it's got to hurt. Shh, hold on. You want to send a pain signal to your mind file that says, don't bring this up again. It doesn't serve me to bring this file up. All right? Let's let this file go. Rip it up. I don't want it anymore. Got it? All right, begin. Okay, listen up. Let's test this out here. Let's take one of those original beliefs that you had, the negative side to it, and go ahead and bring that up right now. And imagine you're about to say that. How many of you prefer to kind of like, there's just not much coming up right now on that one? There's not a lot of energy. It's like anything, it's like, I don't want to bring that up at all, right? Now, give me an example. Who had one before that was like pretty charged for you? Yeah, what was the one that you had before? I have no money management skills. Now, when you say that now, if you're about to say that, what happens for you? Doesn't want to come out? Is there any charge on it when you say it? No, it's no big deal, right? Yeah, there's no charge anymore. See, everything is energy, and everything is what? Energy. So things that have charge on you, they look like this. Things that have no charge on you are kind of like this. That means they're not existent. They don't do anything, one way or the other. That means they're neutral. It means they're what? Neutral. That's good, yes or no? Because that's, in my experience, is reality. The rest of it's a bunch of made-up stories. Nice and flat. Very good. So, how many of you found right now that, when you are thinking those things, like, how many are already starting to feel a little more empty than you were? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because what's happening, the feeling of emptiness, by the way, like there's not that much going on. The feeling of emptiness is because you had all these roots, there's weeds and mulch and all this crap on rocks all over, and we're beginning to pull them out. So there's space now. That's why it feels empty. You're not fully empty yet. Hopefully we're going to get there. But that's what now, don't be trying to fill in this space. You understand what I'm saying? Space is really great. It's a great thing to have. It allows you to be open, and it allows you to receive from the universe. All right. You guys doing okay? Are you ready for the next one? I like this next one. The only way that you believe what you believe is because it makes sense to you. Yes? It had credibility from your past or from past programming. However, now the idea is to re-examine each of these beliefs from who you are today and who you want to be tomorrow. So the idea here is to discredit. What's the word? The idea is to discredit the beliefs or fears that disempower us. Now, this is really cool here. So what we're going to do is we're going to discredit the beliefs that we have inside us. And the way we're going to do that is, what you're going to do is, again, you're going to choose 3 beliefs or fears that are non-supportive to you. If you have new ones, more to work on those new ones. If you want to work on some of the ones you've already worked on to make darn certain that those weeds are out forever, work on some of those. It's up to you. Does that make sense? So you're going to choose 3. All right, here's how it's going to work. So Walter's my partner, right? Now, let's say one of my beliefs is that money is the root of all evil, okay? Now, I'm going to tell Walter that that's my belief. Money is the root of all evil. So now Walter is going to pretend that that's his belief. Got it? And then I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to discredit that belief. Even though it's my belief, it's coming out of his mouth now. Understand? So whose belief is it? Mine, but my partner is going to articulate the belief back to me. And then I'm going to discredit it. And hopefully with some emotion too. So let's say, Walter, one of my beliefs is that money is the root of all evil. So you say to me, money is the root. So now you say to me, I believe that money is the root of all evil. Go ahead.
I believe the money is the root of all evil.
That money is the root of all evil? First of all, Walter, what you need to know is that the Bible said that the love of money was the root of all evil. And what they were talking about there was the over-attachment to money, not in the fact that money itself was a problem. Do you get it?
I sure do.
Good. So now he says, thank you for that insight. Go ahead.
Thank you for the insight.
You're welcome. All right? Now the next one, I say, Walter, another one of my beliefs is that you have to work hard to make money. So go ahead and say that one.
I believe I have to work hard for money.
You have to work hard for money. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but let me ask you this. If you manage your money properly and you get your money working for you well, isn't it true that you have a lot of passive income and you hardly have to work at all? Yes or no?
Yes.
You get it?
I get that.
So you say, thank you for that insight.
Thank you for the insight.
You're welcome. All right, one more here. Walter, one of my beliefs is that my friends won't like me if I get really rich and successful. Go ahead.
Harv, I believe that my friends won't like me if I get rich.
Your friends won't like you if you get rich. You call those friends? Look, if your friends don't want to see you successful and happy, maybe you need to change friends. Do you get it?
I get it. And Harv, thank you very much for the insight.
You're welcome. Give him a hand. He was excellent here. Thank you. Good job. All right, so do you understand what's happening here? It's your belief. They're stating it. You're discrediting it from who you are today and where you are right now. In other words, your own logic now is going to, think about it. I mean, be practical, be rational, be logical from who you are today. Because what's happening right now is what we're doing is this. Bump, here, you put these on. They put it on and you look at them and go, God, do you look silly? That's not you at all. What's that all about? You understand what I'm saying? Because we buy into our own stuff only because it's our stuff. But anybody else hears this like, hello, right? In fact, almost everything that you've written down, I have to say this, you'll find it later, but it's weird. It's weird. Really weird. You know, so you'll be sitting beside somebody and they're going to go, I'm too old to get rich. And you look at them and go, what, are you cracked? Why would you be too old to get rich, you know? You look at them, but they're so sure. I'm too young to get rich. Why are you too young to get rich? You understand? It makes perfect sense to them. But to you, it's like, hello, you look kind of funny with that. No big deal, but that's the way it is. You understand? So when someone else spouts off your belief, you get to hear it. And you get to discredit. You go, what? What are you talking about? And use some emotion so you really get to discredit this. Got it? Yes or no? Yes? Yes. All right. So you're going to be in partners. One person is going to do all of theirs with their partner. And then at the end, again, he's saying, the other partner is saying what? Thank you for that insight, right? Right? And then you're going to switch. And each time, thank you for that insight. And when you're both done, what? High fives and what? You have a millionaire mind. Got it? All right. Should take you about 2.5, 3 minutes for the whole thing. Choose who goes first and begin. All right. I have a question for you. Take a quick look at the beliefs you wrote down, the original beliefs or fears you wrote down. Read them. Read them and see how much sense they make to you now. Does anybody find that they're a lot more flat now than they were? Does anybody find that like you kind of like go, how did this weed get in me in the first place, right? Are you starting to question some of these things now? You might want to question those things. Anything, what's the word? Anything. That's not supportive to you doesn't belong in your garden. You say, but it's in there. Good, take it out. Don't put attention on it. Get rid of it. Let it go. It's part of me. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's part of somebody else. You just borrowed it from them. And now you decide to keep it. But Harv, it's part of me. I'm sure of it. I lived my whole life like this. Yes? Yeah? And your point is? Take them off. They're not you. No problem. You're still going to be here. And you might be a lot happier and richer. Take them off. Take a look at your statements. See how much sense they really make. In fact, if you want to, you can go back at the end, and we have people do this sometimes when we have time in our longer courses. People read their belief questionnaire and their completions, and you cannot handle the howling and laughter that people have at what they actually wrote down. You understand what I'm saying? Because the whole thing was made up. Somebody installed it in you, and you bought into it, and you lived through there. But big deal. Now it's time to deinstall it. Very simple. Money's not really important. Money can cause a lot of problems. Yeah, so what? So can poverty. A lot worse problems as far as I can see. It's not right to make a lot more money than my parents. Why? Just because they were broke? What does that have to do with you? Maybe your parents really love you and want you to do well. Is that possible? Yes or no? Making money is a hassle and a struggle. Yeah, well, being broke is a bigger hassle and struggle. It takes money to make money. It's possible, but it probably takes a lot more creativity to make money. Does that make any sense? You understand what I'm saying? If you read this, you'll go, oh my God, who wrote this? You guys wrote it. Are you understanding where I'm coming from on this, yes or no? Yes. What we're doing is we're taking the chars off all the stuff that doesn't support you. Okay, we're kind of like disappearing the weeds. We're not giving the weeds any more water. They're starving right now. We're choking them off. They don't mean anything. They were just there. As a reminder, by the way, your wristbands, you keep them on for the next 30 days. How long? 30 days. Any thought that comes into your head that doesn't support you, help you, boom. It's gone. Zap it. What's the word? Zap it. Zap the thought. And then replace it with a more empowering thought. Now hold on. Shh. Is that legal? Are the thought police going to come after you? Who's in charge of your thinking? Hello? If you come up with a negative thought, is that a big problem? No. Just what? Notice it. And what? Zap it. Replace the thought with another one that works for you. Look, when you understand that you're in charge of what's going on in here, your whole life will change. Don't beat yourself up. Just watch it. You had a question over here?
I'm Shelly, and when we did that one exercise about finding the opposites, the zapping your wrist one, what I noticed with mine is that all of the positives are just as likely for me as the negatives. I can give you some examples. If I try, I might fail. Well, if I try, I might succeed. It's just as likely. Money can cause me a lot of problems was one of mine, but money can provide me with tons of solutions. It's just as likely. And wealth is exasperating. Well, that's just a stupid one because wealth is well-being and enjoyment of life if I have freedom. And it's just as likely, I think.
So what did you find out?
Well, that I may as well focus on the positive because it's just as likely as the negative, so...
And which one supports you more?
The positive, obviously.
Okay, that's the only reason to do it, right? Not because it's more true or false, right? Not because it's true. You don't focus on the positive because it's true, because it's not. You focus on it only because it supports you. It makes you for a happier, richer person. That's it. Is that a good enough reason, yes or no? Yeah. Not because it's true. Good example. Here, give her a hand of applause. Two questions came again around the education stuff because people are looking at stuff and they're going, maybe I want to buy it or don't, or whether you get it from us or elsewhere, it's up to you. So the first question was, I have a good opportunity here, but I don't have that much money in my education fund. What do I do? That's a good question, right? Yeah. All right, so here's the philosophy. It's very simple. First of all, ask your own heart. That'll give you your best advice, always. Secondly, if you are committed to managing your money. Committed to what? Managing your money. And using the system. Using the what? System. On an ongoing basis. So the word is committed, system, and ongoing. Then you're allowed to do this, like I did. So I was going to a J. Abraham seminar. It's a 2-day seminar, $5,000 US. I didn't have $5,000 in my education account, but I was committed to my system, yes? So I know that I put, several $100s a month into my education account. That's what I do. So knowing that, though I didn't have that much money, I paid for the $5,000. I paid it on my what card? My Visa card, TD. If that wasn't suited, that's what I did. You don't have to, but that's what I did. And then on my education account, I committed to making certain that I paid that amount of the $5,000 over 1 year. So it's about $420 because I was putting in about that much anyways. You understand? About $400 what I was putting in a month into here anyhow. And so at 10%. And so what I did is I simply paid my credit card $400 a month from this account. However, I didn't buy any more education stuff during that year until I paid that one off. So I financed myself. Does that make sense, yes or no? So are you allowed to do that? Well, of course you are, but only on one rule. The rule is this. You're committed to the system and you contribute into your education fund on an ongoing and consistent basis. If you're not going to do that, you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to borrow because you're not going to pay it back. Does that make sense? Then you're just going to wing it again, and who needs to do that? So that's the rule. The rule is if you're committed to managing your money, committed to the system, if you know you're going to be putting money in here every month, then you can go ahead and do that, borrow from here from the beginning because it's your money to borrow anyways, and then just make sure that every month you pay back that amount or you split it up into a year or a year and a half, whatever it is, and you pay for that amount. And you don't want to be purchasing too much else in that arena when you're still paying the first one. Does that make any sense, yes or no? Yeah. But again, it's a certain amount, and you know how much you can basically handle per month, and if you do it over a year, that's one of the reasons we have quantum over 2 years. First of all, it takes that long to do the courses. Secondly, over 2 years gives people a long time to pay that amount of money. And plus, it's a massive, massive, massive saving. The reason that's installed is to save you a bunch of money. So you take it over 2 years, for example, and that works out to actually quite a small amount of money per month that you put on your Visa. And you probably don't need, if you take quantum, I'm going to venture to say you don't need a heck of a lot more on the education side than quantum at this point in time for the next couple of years. Then after that, you can choose again. Does that make sense? That's my experience here. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question for that gentleman and for everybody else. The other thing came around education was this one. And this is always a good question because everybody asks this question. Harv, is it best to take a bunch of programs at once, all in a row, or is it best to take one, have integration time, 6 months or a year later, take another one, integration time, do it over 5 years or 10 years, so you can integrate it into your life? Good question, yes? I don't know the answer to that, except for I can give you my experience. Is that all right? Here's my experience. So my experience was, the way I thought it was logically it made sense to me that you take a program. Now, what happens with the energy once you take a program? This is not just our program. This is any program. Any program, anything you're going to do. You take a program, the energy goes what? Up or down? Up, right? You're feeding your energy, good. And then what happens is you have integration time. Now, normally what happens after most type of, let's say, seminars, workshops, what happens usually to the energy? Starts to dwindle, right? Now, you're going to find something very interesting with our program in that energy, it may still wane a little bit. You know why? Because that's normal. All energy, what's the word? All energy travels in waves. So for you to think it's just going to stay like this is impossible. Nothing travels like that. Did you know there's no straight lines in the universe? So it's literally impossible for you to just do that. You're always going to travel like this. Does that make sense? The only question is most people are here. People who work with us, and let's say take our quantum, they're like this. Same pattern, but up here versus down here. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let's assume in most seminars that, let's say, aren't our particular one. Okay. So then there is an energy that starts to decline a bit. And then you take another course, or another program, whatever it is. Your energy goes up, and then what happens? Starts to decline a bit. So at the end of the day, where are you? Now, very often you're back to where you started. How many people have ever experienced that? Yes or no? Yeah. All right, now, so I go to this Zen master, and she tells me to go see another Buddhist monk. because he's the master teacher there. So I did that, and I go and I talk to him, and I told him what my issue was. My issue was that I would kind of get really excited and grasp onto things, and then kind of it would just, like, the energy would slide. I wouldn't be as motivated anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yes or no? So what he says to me is, he says that they have, in the retreat, they have 6 programs, and he wants me to take them all in very quick succession. I said to this, I said, wait a minute, what about the integration time and the time I need to be able to put this into my life? He said, don't worry about that. So, they don't talk a lot. They don't. I'll tell you a story after. I mean, when he says don't worry about that, that's about as much as you're going to get out of him. So he said, don't worry about that. So he said, just take them all in succession and see what happens. So here's what actually happened. So same type of thing, energy goes up, but now what happens? You start to win, but what happens now? You take another program, boom, and you start to win. Another program, boom. Another program, boom. What happens at the end of the day? Where are you? Way up. So what happens is this. There's these thing called, now I understand how this works. There's something in your brain, in your mind, called dendrites. What are they called? Dendrites. Those are neurological pathways. And what happens is the goal is to impact those dendrites dramatically so that they bore open like blood vessels. The bigger they are, the more energy can transfer and more information can transfer through them. Does that make any sense? Kind of like, your bicep. I'm not going to get into the whole explanation, but let me simply say this. To change a pattern, to change your life, you want high impact. What's the word? High impact, high frequency. Critical. Critical. Any change. Anybody know anybody who's a memory expert? Memory expert? What do they work on? High impact, high frequency. Uniqueness, yes or no? That's the impact. Got it? It's got to have that. So making change takes high impact, high frequency. So my experience was that, very simply, that in my experience, it was, well, here's the point. I never went back. Yeah, sure, I have my less up days. But I'll tell you this, my life used to be over here, and now my life is up here. Same thing, but I'd rather be really rich and happy most of the time than really broke and miserable most of the time and have a couple of my little glimmers of light. So I never went back from there. And in my experience with our participants, our students, and the reason we actually started Quantum and it's so popular, in fact, most of the people end up taking it, is because it changes their lives and it changes it forever. It's very hard to go back. You know what Buckminster Fuller said? He said, you can never know less. It's a good statement, isn't it? You can never know less. You can forget a little bit, but what happens with the program, they keep coming up, they keep on bringing you back into the conversation. And that's very important, to stay in the conversation, stay in the energy, stay with it. So whether you do your education through us or somebody else, that's my take on it. Fair enough? Okay, good. Okay, let's go on with our fun and games. We're here, we're doing some weeding and seeding, as it's called. I will request of you that even tonight and definitely tomorrow, start going over your green sheet and your completions and watch how you think of those things now. I guarantee you will look at them like, what was I thinking? But that's okay. And if there's one that's still in there, great. Let's take care of them now. All right, here we go. These are very, very powerful method of changing belief systems and dendrites in your mind. I want you to again choose one of your non-supportive beliefs or fears to work with. To go through any of the things on your sheets, any of your completions, find another one or find one that you want to work on a little bit more. A non-supportive belief or fear that you want to work with. And then I want you to think of the opposite side to that again. The opposite side to that. So let's say, for example, I'm going to go from rich people are greedy to rich people are what? Generous, okay? I'm going to go from I am a poor money manager, someone had mentioned, to what? I am an excellent money manager, yes? All right, so make sure you've got one here. Now, the next piece we're going to work on is called this. What's it called, please? VAX. VAX, what's it say? VAX. I can't hear you. VAX. Thank you, VAX. VAX stands for, help me out here, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and spirit. And they're very, very powerful way for changing beliefs. Cutting edge technology. So they work with the power of sensory mechanics in the brain. And what they do is they integrate the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And this drives the reconditioning deep into the subconscious. So here's how this is going to work. Watch closely. Don't do it yet. Just watch the demonstration. Then you're going to get a chance to do it. So you're going to take your statement, and you're going to take your empowering statement. Let's say it's going from I'm a poor money manager to I'm an excellent money manager. We're going to now install that root into our ground. Is that okay? Into our mind. That file, we're going to install that, and we're going to embed it deeply. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. So here's how we're going to do it. You're going to take your hands. You're going to put them out there like this with your thumbs up like this. Again, you can watch at the beginning, or you can go ahead with me at this point. Thumbs up like this. And then using your eyes, right, what you're going to do is you're going to watch your thumbs, and you are going to make your statement, as in, I am an excellent money manager. At the same time, you're going to have certain movements. The first one is this. So this is the visual one, where you get to move your arms. Your arms are straight, your thumbs are up, and notice how I'm making a sideways 8. My head is still, but my eyes are following my thumbs and arms around. So it's a sideways 8, or an infinity sign on a sideways level. And notice that my hands are going up through the middle each time. Up through the middle each time. Up through the middle each time. And what I'm saying now is I'm going to be saying, I am an excellent money manager. I am an excellent money manager. I am an excellent money manager. And so on and so forth. Got it? Now the next one I'm going to use is auditory. I'm going to take both sides again, open up the right sides and left side hemispheres, and I'm going to activate my auditory sensories. So I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say, I'm an excellent money manager, rolling my fingers, pinching and activating my ears from top to bottom, rolling down my ears, pinching them. So I'm going to say, I'm an excellent money manager. I'm an excellent money manager. I'm an excellent money manager. I know it looks weird, all right? You think I look weird, wait till you see 650 of you, all right? Now, the next one here is the kinesthetic. That's the body movement. So I'm looking down here, and I'm gonna have my knee go to one side and my hands go to the other. So they're called crossovers, and here they look like this. I'm an excellent money manager. 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 Notice my knees on one side, my hands are on the other. Knee on one side, hands on the other. Okay. And the last one, my hand goes on my heart. I get to feel the vibration. I close my eyes and I say, I'm an excellent money manager. I'm an excellent money manager. I'm an excellent money manager. All right, so those are the 4 key elements you're going to be using to drive this statement, these roots, deep into the ground, ready for sprouting into your life. Fair enough? These are very powerful. Please stand up. So now you're going to be coming up with your statement. Do you all have a statement to use? Something you want to install there, a positive, an empowering statement for yourself. All right, so again, we're going to start like this. Your hands are out. And remember, you're going to let's do it first as a practice. So your hands are going to go, let's not say anything yet. Again, it's up through the middle, right? And it's a sideways 8. Your head is still, but your eyes are following all around. Let me watch you a bit. You got to follow your thumbs with your eyes, whether your head stays still. All right, now the next one, hold on. The next one is going to be, take your hands and roll them down your ears like this. Roll them down your ears. Very good. So you're stimulating your ears at the same time. Now that looks funny. The next one is crossovers. Let's practice those first. Knee on one side, hands on the other. Good. Keep your head straight. You can look down, it's okay. Crossovers, knees on one side, hands on the other. Okay, turn it the other way there. That's it, good. Okay. All right, good. And the last one's hand on your chest, hands on your chest so you can feel the vibration. All right, got your statement ready, your mantra? Yes? Financial mantra. Here we go. I want to be able to hear you. And begin. I am an excellent money manager. 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 I am an excellent money. Same mantra, same statement, now with your ears. Go. I want to hear you. I'm an excellent money manager. 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 An excellent money manager. Now crossovers, looking down. I'm an excellent money manager. 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 Excellent money manager. I'm an 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 excellent money manager. Excellent money manager. Now hands on your heart, eyes closed. I want to hear you. Go. I'm an excellent money manager. I'm an excellent. Feel your vibration. I'm an excellent money manager. 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 Manager. I'm an excellent money manager. Excellent money manager. Now one time really loud, let me hear you. I am an excellent money manager. Give somebody a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. Okay, stay where you are, stay standing. Now, you're allowed to do more than one, depending on your time, but I would do them every single morning. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another one now. And the one we're going to embed as a command is we're going to embed the one that says, how much you earn on an annual basis in passive income. Remember the thing you did last night with the declaration that said, this is my commitment, this is how much I earn in passive income per year, yes? That's the one we're going to embed. How's that sound? All right, good. So let's say you're saying that I earn $250,000 a year in passive income. So it would look like this. I earn $250,000 a year in passive income. I earn $250,000 a year in passive income. And so on and so forth. Now, y'all got your number? All right, get your number together. Again, this is level one, stage one of your financial freedom. And begin. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. Hands on your ears, same thing, keep going. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. $1 million a year in passive income. And crossovers, here we go. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. Hand on your heart, eyes closed, let's hear it. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. One time, really loud, let me hear ya. I earn $1 million a year in passive income. Good job, good job, good job. That was fun, wasn't it? Those are very important. People's lives. By the way, do you want to know where those are from? These are actually used by high-profile psychiatrists and sociologists and psychologists have gotten together and created these systems, and they're primarily used in prisons with hardcore criminals to get their belief systems straightened out. So we're not in that position. But we can use the same effective technology for creating wealth and happiness in our life. Does that make any sense? Okay. All right, next. Beliefs are based in evidence. What are they based in? They're based in evidence. And they're subject to change in accordance with new evidence. Is that true, yes or no? Well, a lot of people say, well, you can't change beliefs. Well, is that okay? How many have ever had the experience where you trusted somebody, so you believed they were in integrity, but then they did something, and then you changed your mind about their integrity? Anybody? So can you change your beliefs? What changes them? What? New evidence. New what? New evidence will change your belief, for sure. Again, we only work with what's there. We're not creating things. So our current beliefs come from past evidence, and therefore the idea is to update your beliefs with current evidence. So I want you to think of beliefs basically as a table. So it looks kind of like this. Maybe I should do a goose. All right, so I think it's something like this. Hopefully yours will look like a better table, I'm saying. Anyways, regardless, here's your belief. The top of the table is your belief, and the legs are the references or the support evidences for that belief. The more legs you can come up with for your table, the stronger your table, the stronger the beliefs, yes or no? All right, so what we're going to do right now is you're going to, and we're all going to basically, come up with the belief that I deserve or I will create an idea that we can become wealthy and that we deserve success. So let's label this as financial success is the top of the table. Or for you, it could be wealth, whatever it is. So I want you to actually take out a new sheet, something that's not written on right now. And I want you to create something that in the end, you're going to put up in your bedroom or in your office. So suitable for framing, okay? Now, it might take you a long time to get to the level that I'm at on my artistry of the table. But look, if you practice, you can do this too. You're going to have to have some very bad practice, though. Okay. So I want you to come up with your table and draw a table labeled wealth or financial success and create at least 4 reasons or references that support the idea that you can become wealthy or that you do deserve success. So draw and label the legs also. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to label some of my legs here. So for example, one of my legs over here is this one. And it says that add value. One of the reasons that I believe I am or will be successful is because, and these are beliefs you have to actually own. You have to really believe this. This isn't concocted stuff. This is something you say, well, if I looked at it in a positive light, I believe this, all right? So I believe that I add value to people's lives, all right? Now, another belief that why I'm financially successful or why I can be or deserve to be successful is, as we just said before, I am an excellent money manager. Excellent money manager. Now for you, you might say I'm improving or my money management skills are improving rapidly, okay? Another one over here from one of my legs is that I am a huge learner, continuous learner. And the fourth one that I'll use is that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm a warrior. All right. So you have to put ones that suit you and who you are and what you believe is right for you, in that these are real reasons that if I had to explain to somebody why I am successful, as assuming that I am, or why I deserve to be successful, or why I can be successful, these would be some reasons for you. Like I'm a good negotiator, strong at marketing, I understand the internet really well, I'm tenacious, I have lots of perseverance, whatever your strengths are basically that pertain to creating wealth. Does that make sense? Wealth or success. So right now, I want you to come up with at least 4 legs on your table and label them based on your own feeling about yourself. what you truly believe about yourself. Everybody needs to be doing this right now. All right. Walter's going to help me out. Walter's saying, give Walter a big round of applause. Come on up here, Walter. All right, so Walter, if you can stand over here. What's going to happen is this. What you're going to do is with your partner, you're going to stand up and with full power and congruency, because you believe this, you are going to basically explain and rationalize to your partner the reasons that you are going to be a financial success, or you deserve to be a financial success, or better yet, coming from a present tense moment, why you already are a financial success. So assuming you're now in the future and you're a success, you're just going to tell them why you're a success, right? And then they're going to play with you. They're going to say something to you too. So you start with this. You say, Walter, one of the reasons that I am wealthy is that I add a lot of value to people's lives. Then Walter points to me and he goes like this. He goes, that's true. Okay, do that.
That's true.
Thank you. Another reason that I'm financially successful is that I am an excellent money manager. He points to me and he says, what?
That's true, Harp.
Thank you. Another reason that I am wealthy is that I am an ongoing and continuous learner.
That is also true.
Thank you. And another reason that I am wealthy is that I am a frickin' warrior and I will do whatever it takes.
That's true, Harp.
Thank you. All right, then. So you got to be congruent in your statements, right? You got to believe them. That's why there's there. And also, it's very important that the other person, because very often the mind listens to somebody else more than ourselves. So now they're concurring with you. They're going, that's true. And your mind's going, it is? Wow, that's cool, right? Someone else believes in me, right? Now then at the end, what happens after I'm done, Walter gives me a hug and whispers something in my ear. And what he says is this. He says, I believe in you.
I believe in you.
There you go. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Come on. All right? All right. And then Walter tells me his things, and each time I go, that's true. I look him straight in the eye, and I go, that's true. Right? So he really gets it. And at the end, I give him a big hug and say, I believe in you. Okay, when you're both done, high fives, you have a millionaire mind. Okay, you understand the exercise? Now, again, are these made up or are they true for you? They're true for you. Yes, you believe them. You have to, you are saying, this is why I can be rich, or this is why I am rich, right? You're just coming from the present tense, so you have to believe them. Even if some of you have this problem with tooting your own horn, lose it. All right? Give Walter a hand. Good job. Please stand up with your partner. Face them. Be congruent. So here, I'm going to ask you you can have fun, but I don't want you smiling and laughing during this one, okay? I want you to really be very conscious of your rationale for why you are or why you deserve success, so that you really get it. And then the person who is saying that's true, you can smile a little bit, but just look them right in the eye and let their inner being soul know it. That's true. Okay, if you can use their name, that's even better. And then at the end, they give you a hug and say, I believe in you. Then you switch. Then when you're both done, you give yourselves a high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. You have about 3 minutes to completely go. This isn't la land. This is right now, real life. How many of you actually feel like you deserve or you can get financially free at least and win the game? How many of you believe at least the legs that you stated to people? You really believe those? How many of you think that there's some other kind of way of fortune or luck or anything that everybody else makes it, but that in other words, you know that you can, based at least on these strengths right here, you can do this, yes? It's very important that you know it. That who knows it? That you know it. That you know it. And these are good rationale. Look, here's the thing. I don't like to necessarily spout these off, but when push comes to shove, if someone says to me, do you add value to people's lives? Based on my experience, based on what people tell me every day, based on the hordes of emails that we get, based on the fact that when people take one course, they seem to take almost every other course we ever have, and their whole lives change, then I would have to say, yeah. Now, I went from a lousy money manager to I know I'm an excellent money manager. I went from a non-learner to a continuous learner. If you think that you're spending a lot of money in education, you watch what I do. In fact, most of my vacations are education-based. Like I go to financial seminars, I go to investment seminars, I go to personal development seminars, the best of the world, and I'll pay any money to do it. And I did that for a long time. I started like that. That's what changed me quickly. And I'll just tell you what, maybe originally I wasn't, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, everyone's got the warrior inside them. Do you understand that? It's an energy, it's an archetype. Everyone's got it. But I'll tell you what, through our work, I am a freaking warrior. And I will tell you what, there is not a freaking thing that will stop me. Nothing, because I'll tell you right now, I'd rather die than be stopped. That's the only thing. If I stop breathing, you can be sure it's over. But before that, no way. No freaking way. You got it? Now I'll tell you what, that wasn't something I was necessarily developed with in my younger days. My mother was very overprotective. So that was a training. It was a what? Training. And everybody's got it in them. Here's the deal. It's very simple. The warrior is a warrior energy. It's an energy of action. It's an energy of I will not be denied. And you've got it in you. And the only thing is to be able to access it and develop it at will. So you don't want to live in the warrior every minute. You know, it's a lot of energy. But when you need the warrior, you need the warrior. You got it, yes? And I know I've got that because I've been trained to have it now. So, look. If you guys, when you get to know peak potentials like those guys get to know it, they think we're freaking crazy for the schedule we run. Especially we've decided to add some more stuff so that you guys can be involved. They think we're nuts, nutso. If you saw our schedule, if you saw one of these warrior trainings and you heard that they were going to be back to back, maybe twice in the summer, you'd freak. You go, how on earth could you or anybody else who's involved? Yet we have to all be there. We have to change the whole crew. Everyone has to change, bring in a whole new set of people. That's how intense the program is. Logistics staff, you know, we have a saying, and the saying says this, we sleep next week. All right, and they love it, and they love it. All right, let's go with this piece over here. I would say one of the number one reasons that many, many people are not reaching their full financial success is, as I said earlier, they are poor. What's the word? Poor. Literally poor at receiving. At what? Receiving. At receiving. And there's several reasons for this. Number one, the unworthiness or the undeserving issue. All right? Now, let's put this to bed a little right now. At one of our camps, which we don't like to say what's in our camps because we like to keep you present and keep things surprised. At one of our programs, when that comes up, one of the things we do is we send people out into the forest. People say, well, you know, I'm not worthy and I don't feel deserving, I have self-esteem issues, whatever, which almost everybody has. So we send them out in the forest and with a project. The project is this. Find the best tree and come back and report your findings. So they're out there for half an hour looking for the best tree. And to a T, just about everybody comes back with the same findings. What was the finding? There's no best tree. They're all different, yet every one is just as good as the other. One is not worse because there's a crooked branch. Or one is not better because it's got more leaves or more colorful leaves or it's taller or shorter, right? They're all the same. They all come from the same place. They're all the same thing. They're just a tree. They're supposed to look the way they look. There's no better or worse trees. Is this making sense, yes or no? They are part of nature. Are you part of nature? Well, that's the thing. Go find me a better squirrel. You're going to have a hard time coming out. This one's better because it has bigger teeth. No, this one's got a bigger tail. No, this one looks smarter. You understand? It's ridiculous. A squirrel is a squirrel, and a tree is a tree, and a human is a human. And they're all one thing. You can't be better or worse than anything or anybody else. What? Well, this one's got a crooked branch. Yeah? And your point is? So what? Maybe branches are supposed to be crooked. The weirdo is the straight one. Who knows? crooked. What's the difference? Same with you. You aren't worthy because of the way you look or because of what you do or how much money you have or you don't have. You are worthy because you are alive and you are breathing right now. And because the Great Spirit chose to put you on this earth right this moment and keep you breathing right now for a reason. You don't have to know the reason, but you must be worth something if you're still breathing. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So, therefore, since you are as worthy as the next person, you are also as deserving to receive as anyone else or everyone else. Does that make any sense? Yes or no? Yes. All right, so here's the thing. I want you to look around right now and find me the best person. Point to the best person. Go ahead. Point to the best person. How many of you pointed to somebody else? How many of you pointed to yourself? You don't get it yet. Where's the best person? Yeah, they're all the same. You think a tree is going to point to itself, I'm the best tree? Why? Because I've got straighter branches? No. See, once you create the judgment, now you've in the comparison, now you've got the problem going again. Because if you're the best, because you say you're the best, then you can also be the worst. There is no best. You get it? Let me just say this loud and clear. You're not the best. And you're not the worst. You're equal. You're the same as everybody. You just look a little different. There's the same energy going on. It's the same life force. There's no better tree. There's no better people. Now, you might have a different opinion of that. You're welcome to it. If it supports you, great. If it doesn't support you, you might have a look around and just notice how everything is neutral. Merlin, I told you, my mentor, Merlin, said you can learn everything you need to know in life simply by walking in the forest. That's what a lot of our camps are about, in the forest. You'll learn. It's okay, let's try it again. I want you to point to the best person in this room. Okay, you're starting to get it. You got it? Right, you're not better, you're not worse. You're equal to deserving. You're breathing. If you're breathing, you're on equal par. The next rationale that most people, they don't believe that they deserve, to receive and whatnot, is they heard this conditioning. And tell me if you heard anything like this. The saying that says this, it's better to give than to... Anybody heard something like that? Okay. Let me just say this. What a bunch of horse pooey that is. Oh my God. Whoever said that is just really bad at math. All right, just figure this out for just a second. Challenge these things just a little bit. Better to give than receive. Let me ask you a question. If there is a giver, does there have to be a receiver? Of course. If there is a receiver, does there have to be a giver? 50-50. For each one of these, there has to be one of these. How on earth can one be better than the other if you need the other one there to be alive? You can't have a giver without a receiver. You can't have a receiver without a giver. How on earth could one be better than the other? Better to give than to receive? What does that mean? Does this mean your math is poor? It can't be any better. They're two sides of the same thing. Let me ask you this now. Let me ask you this question. How does it feel when you are giving? How many people say it feels very fulfilling and good? Yes or no? Yes. Good. Then here's the thing. Since there must be a receiver for that giving, when you are not willing to receive, you are ripping off that other person from giving. And that feeling that they get, that good feeling, you have ripped them off from that. So all you people who think it's so much better to give than to receive, if you're not willing to receive, think about it twice. Get your calculator out. When you're not willing to receive, you're ripping somebody else off from giving. And here's the thing. You're also training, what's the word? The universe not to give to you. The universe supports what you want. And when you say, I'm not willing to receive, I'm not worthy, when you play that song and dance because you didn't know before, that's okay, except now you know. You can't play the song and dance anymore. So here's the deal. When you say that, the universe says, oh, okay, then we'll just pass you over. Now here's the thing. The universe is totally abundant. Yes or yes? I mean, look at all the trees out there. Look at when it rains. I mean, it's totally, there's lots. And so here's the thing. When it rains, let's say you say, oh, I don't want any of that rain to hit me, so I'm going to put up an umbrella. So you put up an umbrella. Let me ask you a question. Does the rain hit you now? No. But what happens all around you in a nice big circle of where the umbrella is? Does the amount of rain that was going to come on you that now goes over there, does that go over there now, or does it somehow disappear? It goes around you. Some more goes all around you, doesn't it? Same thing. When you're not willing to receive, guess what? The universe says, okay, next. Oh, you're not willing to receive? Good. Are you? Yeah, okay, you can take his share. Because it's going to give. The rain's coming, yes or no? So I'm going to make a declaration right now, just because I like doing this, because there's so many people here, because it really helps my life. So, universe, listen closely. If there's anybody in this room who is not willing to receive their share, please, I'm happy to take it. Very open to receiving it. Okay? Instructions. Or you can just take your piece. Fair enough? You get it, yes or no? Yes. You can play the victim, but you can play it somewhere else, not with us. It's an old tape. It's an old conditioning. It's better to give than to receive. You're a better person if you're a giver. You're not. You're not a better person if you're a giver. You're not a better person if you're a receiver. You can't be either or. Okay? You're just all one and the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. So you might as well receive. Because you know what? Here's my experience, and you may not agree with this, that's okay. People who are lousy receivers, they're lousy givers too. How you do anything is how you do everything. You're lousy at it, you're lousy at it. You understand? Because when they give, they don't give with a clean heart. They give with an agenda very often. I'm a better person now. Great, go ahead, buy that. I don't buy it. You want to buy it, buy it. Now, I hope I'm not stepping on too many toes here, but if I am, I hope I'm stepping really hard. So you get this. Giving is wonderful, and receiving is just as wonderful. You have to be a fantastic giver, and then you have to be a fantastic receiver. Both. It's no use playing the opposite side of the coin here, because it doesn't work. There was a question here?
On an airplane, you're supposed to give yourself oxygen first, right?
You give yourself oxygen first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because you can't help anybody if you're dead.
Exactly. Good point. Do you hear what he said? He said in an airplane, they ask you to make sure you give yourself oxygen first because you can't help anybody if you're dead. Very good. Another way of putting it, so give him a hand. That was an excellent thought. All right, so if you really want to help people, then you got to be able to receive too. Okay, good. So let's do this. Let's talk about receiving here in the fact that we are creatures of what? I can't hear you. Habit. So the key is you have to practice. What's the word? Practice. You have to practice receiving elegantly and enthusiastically, yes? So you can basically give a strong message to the universe that you are willing to receive. Absolutely. So here's the first way you practice. You practice with this little baby right here. This is your receiving practice. So those of you savers, hoarders in here, they were figuring, oh, I'll put maybe a little in here, but I'll take most of it and put it into my FFA. Sorry, it doesn't work. You have to practice receiving. You got to blow this off in a way that's going to really empower you to feel nurtured and that you've received. Does that make sense, yes or no? That's why I say do things that are a little unusual for you, a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit fantastic, that have some juice and some energy for you. The next way is this. The next way you practice is this. My own story is very interesting. When I was broke and I saw a penny on the ground, I can tell you right now, I would never stoop so low as to pick up a lousy penny. Because you know what? I thought that meant that I was settling for this, and this is the amount. Because I had heard you should keep $1,000 bills with you to make you feel rich. I tried that. I didn't feel rich. I just felt like I had a $1,000 bill I didn't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? What can I tell you, right? I saw a penny, it was like, a penny, what's that? It's very interesting, though, that now that I'm extremely wealthy, when I see a penny, I have a party. I am totally jazzed. I pick it up. Right away, I go, thank you. I kiss it. Mwah, I am a money magnet. Right? Because you know what? A penny is money. Do you understand that? And any money is any money. And I don't care if it's a penny, a loonie, $10, $100, $1,000. I'll take it all. I don't want to sit in judgment over the amount. I'll take it all. So I get really excited when I see a penny. Now, I'll tell you what. Anyone around me knows that if there's any money around and nobody's claimed it, I'm going to claim it immediately. Right? I'll ask, is this anybody's? No, great, it's mine now. Thank you. You are so nice to me. You just shower me with money, right? And I look at everything as a symbol for that. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? So I used to be in judgment. That's a penny, that's $1, that's $100. I'm not in judgment. Money is money. I'll take and receive graciously and gratefully. All money's given. All of it. And very enthusiastically. So, here's what I want you to do. Let's do a little eyes closed visualization, declaration type of thing. So we're going to practice. So close your eyes. And let's assume for a second that somehow you end up finding a penny or something. And so close your eyes. And let's say these following declarations. So you'd be practicing internally again. So you find a penny. What are you going to say? I am a money magnet. Let me hear you.
I am a money magnet.
Money comes to me easily.
Money comes to me easily.
I'm willing to receive all amounts of money.
I'm willing to receive all amounts of money.
All right? Now make sure that when you understand this, because it doesn't matter what the amount is. Eyes are closed, eyes are closed. So the idea here is the energy around the money. How excited can you get, even with a simple penny, even with a quarter, even with a dime, anything that even looks like a penny? How excited can you get? How wild and crazy can you symbolize this? Nothing has meaning except for the meaning you give it. So you might as well mean everything for you and really understand and make it mean that when money comes your way, any amount whatsoever, that you've attracted, that you are a money magnet. Money comes to you easily, effortlessly. You are a money magnet, right? You just simply say, thank you. I'm willing to accept it all. Are you willing to start doing that?
Yes.
Are you willing to start doing that?
Yes.
All right. If you open your eyes now, you can now physically practice doing that on a physical level. So see if you can find 1 or 2 pennies around. Come on up here. Go on back there. Celebrate them. Did anybody find any money? So what do you have to say about that? Let me just say this. The more excited you can be, the more gracious and grateful you can be. The universe gets a very strong message that says, this person is grateful for everything that's given. Let's give them more. All right, listen closely. Shh. Because for those people who are not grateful for what they get, what does the universe say? There's no reason to give them more. They're not even grateful for what they've got. Does that make sense? All right, here. Let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you just found yourself to be a money magnet. All right. Now, here's your practice. Your practice is whenever you find any money whatsoever, I want you to literally freak out. I want you to get so enthusiastic, so wildly crazy, because you know what? I mean, some of you might, but I say for the most part, it's not an every single day occurrence, right? To find money, you know? But I'll tell you what, the more enthusiastic and the more grateful you can be and the more I'm a money magnet you can put into this, you might think it sounds hokey, you just watch how often money starts coming your way. In all ways and shapes and sizes too. You don't worry about it's a penny, 1,000 or whatever. Money will just start being attracted to you. Why is that? Because like attracts. And if you're, and how you do anything is how you do everything, right? Therefore, if you're a person who finds money, guess what you become? A person who what? Finds money. You're a person who finds opportunities. All those things. But you know what? If you're not going to be grateful, enthusiastic when you find it, why on earth do you need any more? Got it? Here's my experience. When I was broke, a penny, forget about it. Now, I don't care if it's a penny, a dime, a nickel, a dollar, I don't care what it is. I am grateful and I show it. And it just seems that more keeps just piling on. And I'm totally grateful for that. I'm totally blessed. But I'm telling you how it worked for me and how it's worked for now 40,000 other people. Now, I can tell you, here's the deal. During the rest of the seminar, I want you to report about any monies found. All right? I think there was one gentleman who just, what were you saying? Nice and loud here.
When we came in from the break after buying the CDs and stuff, and I'd spent the money on the CD, I looked under the chair here and I saw a $10 note, and I asked the people around me if anyone had it, and no one claimed it, so I've seen my pocket now.
All right, come on, very good. Now, that's excellent.
It fell out of the...
Let me tell you what a lot of people would do. Not anymore, but they would have done. They take the $10, they go to the back, and they say, can you make an announcement somebody lost their $10 bill? Now, that's an okay way to do it. It's okay to do it. I'm not saying there's a right way and there's a wrong way, because you can do that too, can't you? At the same time, if it was me and I did do that, I'd put a post-it note to say, because if nobody claims it the next 3 minutes, it's mine. Yes? Totally, great, because the universe is saying that's your money. What was that joke? Oh, yeah, that story. I never told this before. You know that one where there's a priest and a bishop and a rabbi, and they're all together, and they're talking about how they donate to God. And so the priest says that what I do is I draw a circle, a 6-foot circle all around me, and I throw up all the money from the church. And whatever lands in the circle is mine, and whatever lands out of the circle is God's. All right. So the bishop says, that's good. I do something very similar. I draw the same circle around me, and I throw up all the money. And whatever lands outside the circle is mine, and whatever lands inside the circle is God's. The rabbi says, not bad. What I do is I draw a circle, I throw the money up, whatever God wants, he keeps, whatever falls to the ground is mine. There's no right and wrong, but one way gets rich, right? Okay, good. And let's begin. I create my life.
I create the exact amount of my financial success. I play the money game to win. My intention is to create wealth and abundance. I admire and model rich and successful people. I believe money is important. Money is freedom and makes life more enjoyable. I get rich doing what I love. I deserve to be rich because I have values in other people's lives. I am a generous giver and an excellent receiver. I am truly grateful for all the money I have now. Lucrative opportunities always come my way. I am incredibly lucky when it comes to money.
Somebody high five and say, you have a millionaire mind. So how many people here think it might be a really good idea and empowering to your success and your happiness to ingrain and live by those principles? Yes or yes? Yes. Who decides what principles you're going to live by? There you go. Who's in charge? Now, someone gave me this, and they didn't put a name on it, and I would love to see who this is. So if you gave me this sheet, I'm not going to say the first part right now, but the second part says, I am a happy and thankful receiver for something that you want. Just stand up so I can see where you are. Is that you? Is this accurate? That's amazing. Why don't you tell them what happened to you as a part of the magnet that you are here?
Well, my name's Kathleen, and I am a money magnet. Actually, after the teaser night, I really thought that this whole thought leads to feelings, leads to actions, leads to results thing make a lot of sense. And I was trying to lose some weight. And I figured I needed to work real hard on my thoughts. So I entered a contest and really fixed my mind on the thought that I was going to win this thing. And I did.
When did you find this out?
At the break.
So at the break here at the course, tell them what you won.
$5,000 US and a trip to the Caribbean.
All right, good job.
Thank you. I am an enthusiastic and grateful receiver.
You better be. Very good. There you go. So I don't know if y'all heard that. She won $5,000 US plus 3 days in the Caribbean, all paid for. Good or good? Yeah, very nice. Oh, I'll tell you about tomorrow. There was a little letter from someone, and we talk about success tracks. On success tracks, we work on intentions, very heavily on intentions and the power of intentions. So this fella, I'm not going to blow for it. I'll read it for you tomorrow. But I mean, it's like he put an intention down there. It was like, oh my God, it just happened, right? It was huge. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite parts of the program. They're all my favorite, but until tomorrow. I love this video that you're going to watch right now. I love it because there's so much you're going to learn by watching this. Plus, it is so freaking hilarious. If you have to go pee, I understand, okay? It is so funny, okay? Are you willing to play? Yes. All right. Are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Yes. Hit it, guys. Good job, good job. Was that funny or what? Isn't that cute? How many of you learned something? Good, good, good. One of my favorites. All right, now listen closely. Do you remember that they talked about in the video about different money personalities, yes? Now, what were they? There was the hoarder saver group. There was the spender group. There was the avoiders, people who just kind of want to avoid the whole subject. And she also talked about these things called money monks. They kind of feel like money's a little dirty, a little beneath them. You know, they're a little over too spiritual for money. That whole game bothers them. So here's the thing. Even though we very often have a mix of all of them, generally we lean towards one more than the others. So you will need to choose the one group that fits you the most, even though you might have a mix of something, the one group that fits you the most. So listen how this is going to work. All of my savers and hoarders, you're going to go to that corner over there. All of my money monks are going to go to that corner over there. All of my spenders are going to go to that corner over there. And all of my avoiders are going to go to that corner over there. Choose one. Go! Now what we're going to do is, because the groups are large, we're going to split them up into smaller groups. You're going to stay in the name that you're in. Just for the exercise, you're going to be doing the exercise in smaller groups so it's easier for everyone to be involved. Is that okay? All right. Here's how this is going to work. Listen closely. I'm going to ask each of these subgroups to pick a spokesperson. A what? A spokesperson that's going to be reporting after. Also, this spokesperson is going to now receive pads of paper and a pencil, and you are going to write down the following as it comes up here. Number one, come up with one characteristic or word that describes your group other than the personality name. So in other words, you guys here are the spenders. What's another way of describing spenders, or other than the actual, hold on. Drunk isn't one of them, okay? So what's another word that you're going to have, a characteristic or word that describes the group, okay? Now, the next thing you're going to come up with is what are some of the positives about your money personality? Some of the positives. Number three is, what are some of the not so positives? Let's call them negatives or non-supportive aspects about your money personality. And number four, what specific actions can you take to become more balanced regarding money as a group? All right? Now, here's the deal. There's 4 questions. You're going to decide on the answers together as a group, as a subgroup. Yes, for your group. Yes? Here's how we do this. So what's going to happen is you're going to discuss this as a group. I'm going to give you the lowdown here. I'm going to be so nice to you this course because it's your opening course with us. You know, this is our opening bell, our entry level program. So I'm extra nice to you this weekend. So I'm going to give it to you right now. Listen closely. How you do anything is how you do what?
Everything.
Watch how you play this game. Watch how you play this game. In other words, this. Are you a leader? Are you a follower? Are you a supporter? Are you in the middle of the group? Are you in the back of the group? Are you not even in the group? Are you participating or are you not participating? I said it's a participative event, yes?
Yes.
100% participation, yes?
Yes.
We'll find out how you play because the mirror's up. Now, some people, you know, if they're not in the middle, if they can't hear there, what do? Well, they give up and they start moseying around. Nah, I can't hear it. They don't want to hear from me. Or their suggestion gets shot down. That's it. I'm gone. So I'm giving you the clues right now to watch yourself. Anything upsets you, anything not going your way, you take a nice deep breath, you stay in the frickin' game. Got it? Yes or no? Yes. People are going to become wimps. All right, here's how you do this. Get in your group, 100% participation, everybody's involved. Work together as a team to answer the questions. You will have a grand total of 7 minutes. And begin. So, let's begin with the Saber Hoarder. All right. What was the one characteristic or word that describes your group other than the personality name?
Sensible.
Sensible. Ooh. All right. Now, doesn't that sound, the way she said it was like really sexy, don't you think? I'm sensible. Yes, what did you have? Shh.
We came up with an extra long word, cautious, resourceful.
Cautious, resourceful. Wonderful. Makes no sense, but great. That's great. All right, good. All right, right over here.
All right, everybody, check this one out from the same group, of course. Focused survivors of delayed gratification. What do you think, Harv?
Now, shh. All right. Now, these guys aren't too analytical, are they? These guys are going, what do they mean? And these guys are going, have we started yet? What's happening here? In the back, they're going, look at them. They're sitting there. Look, their legs are crossed. Perfect, right? Yes. Would you guys be more comfortable if you could put your legs behind your back or your head or something? Does that make you feel better? There you go.
She can do it.
There.
She can do it.
All right, good. Now let's go over here, starting in the middle, with some of the positives about your money personality in the middle.
We pay our bills, we're proactive, we're responsible, we're secure, and we're reliable and debt-free.
Ooh, cool. Okay, right here, next.
Okay, I'm going to add to that. We are definitely focused, we're frugal, we're definitely tenacious, we're in control, and we are goal-orientated.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, right
that's
here.
for sure.
Yeah. Right. You got any more?
I just learned what frugal means.
All right.
We have money. We're good receivers. We have security, peace of mind, a good credit rating.
Look. They're going, is there such a thing?
My husband would dispute that. We don't get any third notices. We have money for rainy days. We're never broke, and we're planners.
Very good. Good. Excellent. All righty now. We're starting with this gentleman over here with some of the not so supportive aspects of your money personality.
There were so few, yeah. We are slightly over analytical. We are demanding. We are a little afraid to take risks. Thank you. And occasionally, well, we miss opportunities
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay, right over here, right over here.
Yeah.
In the front, right there.
It's sometimes hard to enjoy yourself. We have some guilt and some anxiety about spending money and a lot of pressure in our lives
Very
to
good,
save
very
money.
good. Right over here, next.
We tend to frustrate other people. We live in the future and not in the present, and we can be a little uptight and have some guilt.
Very good. Good notices. Excellent work. Very good. Good. And we're starting back in the front over here.
Sorry.
And what are some of the specific actions you can take to be more balanced regarding money?
Our hugest one was the play jar.
Play jar.
Huge.
Very good. Good, good.
Everybody agreed on that one. The give jar, we can relax. Education, to learn how to spend money. We can reward ourselves. We could lighten up. Using our jar system is another
pass
one.
Pass it over so she gets a chance too.
I said the same thing. We said we need a play jar.
Play jar. Good.
Learn how to manage our money.
Manage it, yes. And right over here.
Just a couple. We should practice some spontaneity for sure. And
Practice.
it makes perfect. Talent.
Are you guys ready to be spontaneous now? Let's do a dry run of this spontaneity here, okay? All right, let's just have a dress rehearsal first, all right? Let's talk about and plan the spontaneity first. Okay, good. Okay.
They didn't like that one.
Practice.
Our planned spontaneity is to buy assets to fund our fun.
That sounds good. Got a fun.
We'll be here all weekend. Thank you.
Very good. All right, big round of applause. Good job, you guys. Very good. Okay. Let's hear from the money monks over here. Let's because you know why? Because normally they're very patient. So, we're going to get them involved right away. All right, so right up here, and start with the word or characteristic that describes your group's name other than the actual name itself.
If anybody's interested, we're offering classes on some meditation techniques that we've developed in our 7 minutes. So we were, because of course we were well ahead of everything.
All right, how about the name? Are you ahead of that? Get to the frickin' name, all right? Go.
It seems you could learn a lesson, patience.
Thank you, Money Monks. Here we go. You have one more shot at it. Let's go.
Okay. We're the spiritually righteous.
No kidding. Good.
All right,
What are some of the positive aspects of your money personality?
The positives, we said we were caring, not obsessive. We receive and give well. We're laid back, relaxed. It's all by donation. And we're also creative in our own way. Some of our negatives were boring, apparently. We tend to avoid money on the whole. Withdrawn, self-sacrificing, sometimes martyrs, and ridiculously righteous most of the time.
Very good, very good. Any aspects, what are some of the specific actions you can take?
Well, basically taking action would be great.
That's about as specific as you guys get, so that's good. That's a good start.
Well, we worked on it, you see. We said that we could use a play jar more. That was a good one. Celebrate more. Focusing on our teachings to create a business, perhaps.
Perhaps. Okay.
Sometime in the future, maybe.
All right, that's it. Give him a big round of applause. Good work. Very good. Very good. Okay. Good job. Excellent work. All right. Let's go to the avoider. Look, if you keep them quiet for too long, they get very, very claustrophobic, audio claustrophobia. That's the thing about them. They love to talk, right? Take a spender, just keep them quiet and just watch what happens. You're going to have problems. Move a little bit this way so everyone can see you. So these are the avoiders who are hiding behind the thing here, right? Right. I need to be able to see you. So hold on. Here. You stay here and you make a line this way a little bit more. Good. You got it. Good. All right, let's make sure we don't make a mistake.
Okay, if there's, my name is Ben, and if there's a phrase that we came up with, it's ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance.
But if there's a word, it's whatever.
Whatever, good. All right, and the characteristic or word that you came up with to describe your personality?
On a close vote, 12-10, it was fence sitters.
Fence sitters, very good. And right here, what'd you have?
We had ostriches.
The ostriches, yes.
I just want to add, we don't know if this ostrich actually lays golden eggs because we've never looked to see if it has eggs yet.
Right, good. All right, so we're starting right here now with you, sir, and we're going to go to some of the positives about your money personality.
No stress. Place blame elsewhere. Intimate relationships with customer service. Ignorance is bliss. Developed negotiation skills.
Hold on, let's go over here now.
We are easygoing. We are good at delegating. Kids love us. We love education, but not around money. One day at a time. We live one day at a time.
Okay, let's pass it over. Good.
Well, we had quite a list. Show us a surprise. Don't get upset. Delayed stress. Trust in your partner. Creative financing. Worry-free but poor. Easygoing risk takers, but quite resourceful.
Very good. Give me a hand. Excellent. All right. Some of the not so supportive aspects about your money personality are?
Well, we don't open our bills or statements, so we don't know where we stand.
That's true.
We're not really very good money managers because we don't even know how much we have. We assume that it's more expensive to live this way because we pay a lot of late fees and interest and things from not paying attention.
Okay, let's pass it over.
Okay, we duplicated on a couple of those where desperation could happen anytime. We're easily led, oblivious to pretty much anything. False sense of security, procrastination, vulnerable to late charges, extra credit charges, payday loans, and disorganized.
That's about it. Okay.
We haven't gotten to the negatives yet. Missed opportunities, panic and anxiety, anger and turmoil, resentment, non-committal.
All right. So you're going to start over here, and let's go to the last one.
The actions we can take is open our mail.
Let's start.
And then we're going to set up a money management system using some jars that we heard about. We're going to take some responsibility, balance our checkbooks, get some good role models to model ourselves after.
Good. Pass it over right here.
Automate your banking so the bills automatically come out every month. Get education, set budgets, set timelines, hire an accountant.
All right, pass it over.
Start up the money management program with the jars, of course, most importantly. Take responsibility, educate, and gain clarity.
Very good. Give him a big round of applause. All right. All right. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. So, what? No. So, you know what? I promise we will get to you next course, okay? Not a problem, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we're going to be taking a break. And hey. Okay. All right. You just have to let them expend their energy just a little bit. All right. We're starting right over here with what was the word or the characteristic that you had other than the name of your money personality was what?
We are the economy stimulators.
Economy stimulators. Very good. Right here.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous. Very good.
We're the justifiers.
Justifiers. Excellent.
We are the frickin' economy drivers.
Very good. All right. Some of the positive aspects of your money personality, in case you guys could come up with any.
Well, we are the people that drive the economy. We're players, movers, shakers, go-getters, trendsetters. We get what we want. We're givers, and we like immediate gratification.
Very good. Pass it on. Okay, let's try to keep this to the financial side versus the sexual side, if that's all right. Okay, good. That's good. Especially for the guys. Right here.
We live in the now. We have a joie de vivre. We're adventurous, well-dressed, bulk bargain hunters. We have fabulous taste. We're relaxed or stressed, depending upon the time.
All right, that's good. Let's pass it over so they have some excellent ones.
We're creative, we're big-hearted, we're generous, and we're spontaneous, and we like to look good.
Good. Over there. Hold on. They're not saying anything about you guys. This is about them, okay? Good.
We're Harv's primary source of income.
And everyone else's.
We seize the day. We have a lot of new stuff. We are good receivers. We are the Joneses. We work hard and we play hard.
Very good. All right. Starting over here, yes. We're going to go to some of the not so positive aspects of your money personality.
Unfortunately, it's only short-term gratification. Half the time we're broke, constant bills, extremely irresponsible. I always suffer buyer's remorse. We're pack rats as well, and we're never satisfied.
Very good. Over here.
We are high risk, impulsive. We lack discipline. We're indulging, and we are under a lot of stress.
Okay, good. Pass it over. The first person again.
For us, it's feast, then famine. We're generally broke. We create deck, and we're fast starters and slow finishers.
All right, good. Next.
We pay more GST. We can be disorganized. We're often broke in debt from our impulsive buying. We always want more and are never satisfied. There's always another good deal to be had.
Very good. Good job, man. Good.
Are we on the actions for balance now?
We are now.
Okay.
On the actions.
We need to budget. We need more education, dedication to the money management system. We need to simplify, and we need to get rid of this phrase out of our vocabulary. He who dies with the most toys wins.
All right. Pass it over.
We need to simplify our necessities, know the difference between our wants and our needs. We need to simplify. We need to do our auto debit every single month.
Very good, very good.
One of the things we need to learn is to tell the difference between the play jar and the necessity jar.
All one to you.
That was a great part of this jar system as opposed to ours.
We had marry a hoarder and start arguing.
Marry a hoarder.
All right.
Well, actually, just so you know, we don't do any more work on money and relationships. We actually just match you guys up. You don't have to worry about it, right?
Excellent. And then we had FFA jars and LTSS jars, and stick to the seminar plan.
It's not that depressing, okay?
Yeah.
And there's the FFA. All right, are you done?
I'm done.
One more right here.
Okay.
We have something else we could buy. Assets.
Assets. Very good. Big round of applause for the spender. Okay.